And the first final has taken place, the men's floor final, won by Dominic Cunningham of Great Britain. And it's on to the pommel horse. And there's a fascinating narrative that's waiting to be written in this pommel horse competition. There are three competitors right up at the top end that could really challenge each other, push each other. Third highest qualifier, Great Britain's Max Whitlock, the reigning Olympic champion on the pommel horse. The second highest qualifier, David Bilyavsky of the Russian Federation, reigning European champion on the pommel horse. And the highest qualifier, Ireland's Rhys McClenaghan, who is the Commonwealth Games champion on the pommel horse. Take your pick. Oh, and by the way, there are 5 others who want to be included in that conversation.
This is the men's pommel horse final. Please welcome the gymnasts. Representing Ukraine, Petro Pakniuk. Representing Great Britain, Max Whitlock. Representing Russian Federation, Nikolai Kuksenko. Representing Ireland, Rhys McClenaghan. Representing Croatia, Filip Udy. Representing Russian Federation, David Belilavsky. Representing Croatia, Robert Seligman. Representing Slovenia, Sašo Bertoncelj. These are the gymnasts for the men's pommel horse final.
The men's pommel horse final about to get underway. So many eyes on Rhys McClenaghan, the 19-year-old from County Down, the highest qualifier.
This is a punishing apparatus. Every hand placement button. The judge is looking for extension from the
start list for the pommel horse final. Keep an eye on Max Whitlock, third highest qualifier who goes second. Keep an eye on Rhys McClenaghan, highest qualifier who goes fourth. And keep an eye on David Bilyavsky, the Russian Federation, second highest qualifier who goes sixth. As with all high-pressure pommel horse finals, it's about who can truly handle it. And David Bilyavsky is a consummate handler of the occasion, a consummate handler of the pommel. As is that man, Max Whitlock, the Olympic champion. But what of Rhys McClenaghan, 19-year-old who won the Commonwealth Games pommel horse title for Northern Ireland. First ever artistic gymnastics medal for Northern Ireland. He also won Ireland's first ever European medal. That was a junior silver a couple of years ago. The pommel horse was in the first Olympics in 1896. The shape of it has changed a little bit since then. It used to actually look rather like a horse. It was a device used for soldiers to help them with mounting and dismounting. become a more even shape now. Used to contain something of a neck to it. Petro Pachniuk of Ukraine first to go, 8th highest qualifier. Scissor movement is a vital component of a pommel routine. If you're new to watching the pommel horse, just look at the leg extension. Are the toes pointed? Are the feet together? Are the legs together? Do they come apart at any point? And let's transition into the Russian. The legs have just come loose. It's wild swinging now, and he's got it back under control so very well. Not quite the conclusion to the routine that Petro Pachniuk was looking for. That's the danger of the pommel horse. Is once the legs go, the swing starts to become wild, the momentum can disappear, the gymnast can just slightly drift out of control. Keeping the timing right on the scissor work, very important, bringing the heels together on the handstand. It's a rather unique event, the pommel horse. We see the moment where Pachniuk's legs just came a little bit out of position. It's a very good recovery though. It's the only apparatus that doesn't really require you to hold anything for any particular period of time. In fact, it's all about momentum and fluidity and keeping the travelling going. Gymnast who's shown real promise, Pachniuk. He did compete for Azerbaijan for a little while, having switched over from Ukraine to Azerbaijan in 2014, but last year came back to the nation of his birth. He's from Kiev, the 26-year-old, and has a 13.766. Same difficulty score as his qualification routine, just way down on the execution, unfortunately. He's used to a roar from the crowd. Max Whitlock is also used to winning a pommel horse competition in this space. World champion in 2015 and 2017, Olympic champion, one of the Europeans. Very good control. Oh, goodness me. Oh, absolutely extraordinary. Look back at this most uncharacteristic moment from Max Whitlock. Just seemed to lose the balance slightly, perhaps. And needless to say, it carries with it a very hefty deduction. It's an unusual way to see a gymnast fall from the apparatus, a step down rather than a fall down, but now he'll move into the Thomas flares and into the travelling skills. And there they are. You'll see a lot more of the Thomas flare in this pommel horse final. Max Whitlock just finishing with a little bit of style. Gets the pirouettes into the dismount, but it was not at all the Max Whitlock performance that was expected. He is warmly received, as always, by the Glasgow crowd. The most successful Olympic gymnast that Great Britain has ever produced.
And the reigning Olympic champion of this apparatus, Max Whitlock.
Team silver medalist from yesterday, such an important part of that team. But does this leave the door open now for young Rhys McLennigan? Third highest qualifier, having some struggles, and it can happen in a pommel horse routine and in a pommel horse competition. Can be some unexpected moments like that. The stylish flares that are worth a little bit more now in the code of points. They've been upgraded in the most recent code of points to carry with them more difficulty reward. So they're much more prevalent in pommel horse routines. How costly will that uncharacteristic moment in the middle be? Let us find out. Petro Pagniuk, with his score of 13.766, leads the way. It's a 14 for Max Whitlock. Execution score of 7.7. So that will send Max Whitlock into the lead. Nikolai Kuksenkov of the Russian Federation. If you're looking for a gymnast who is highly regarded by his teammates, by his coaches, this is your man. He's had 2 years of horrible shoulder injuries. Everyone you speak to says nobody works harder than him. Nobody is more determined than him. 6th highest qualifier, is going to need that determination here. Now this is difficult transition work, lovely. Just managed to keep his control. Pirouettes really well into an elegant dismount. Kuksenkov, that's really good work. He doesn't necessarily have the same rapidity. He doesn't always move as fast as other gymnasts move on the pommel horse, but he has really good form. It's all about keeping that straight body, keeping the legs straight, not hiking too much, not bending at the middle in the travelling skills. Obviously one has to bend in the middle doing a Thomas Flare. That's a different kettle of fish. Lots of core strength to the work of Kuksenkov. He's just collected his 3rd European Championship team title. Really good toe extension. Very confident, comfortable dismount. Well, this should be good. It's very good. 14.633. Nikolai Kuksenkov moves into 1st place. Really good execution mark of 8.633. And that's key because Kuksenkov doesn't have the difficulty of some of these other gymnasts. So that execution really was vital. And a quick reminder to you, maybe new to the sport, of how it's scored. The difficulty starts at 0 and works upwards. The execution starts at 10, works downwards. What will all those numbers look like for Rhys McClenaghan of Ireland? The highest qualifier, he had a 15.266. Height and power. Really get the legs away from the handles. Gymnast gets a deduction every time the legs brush the apparatus. Beautiful control. Now the Magyar Shivado work, the Magyar forwards, the Shivado backwards. And there's the Shivado into the Russian vendor swing. He's looking very, very good. It's looking very, very good. Absolutely. That's the right reaction. Rhys McClenaghan has arrived at a European final. And they believe in Rhys McClenaghan. Marvellous story, this young gymnast. He's had some tough times. He's had some really tough times. Lost his training base, had to move to train in Dublin. He actually trained to win a World Cup gold medal in his back garden because he had no training base. Imagine that, a gymnast training for the pommel horse in their back garden. Please don't start doing handstands on the barbecue, everyone. I know it's a similar shape, but it just doesn't quite have the same grip. He really has shown the most marvellous determination. It's a super routine. It really is a joy to watch. He's already been a history-making gymnast. How much more history to write? What a fine character. What a fine character. What a fine score. 15.3 for Rhys McClenaghan. He has improved upon his qualification mark and he has moved massively to the top of the leaderboard. Rhys McClenaghan leads, Nikolai Kutsenkov second place, Max Whitlock third place. And that at the halfway mark of this pommel horse final. Filip Ude of Croatia. 32-year-old. He's a veteran, took a silver on the pommel horse at Beijing, the Olympic Games of 2008. Just lost his legs a little bit. Has got them back, and look at that complex work. Super variety. Can he keep this going to the end? Just keep the power there. Needs a really strong dismount, just a very slight hesitation moving into it, but that was very good work from Filip Ude. 4 years ago, he won a World Championship silver medal. 10 years ago, along with that Olympic silver medal, a European Championship silver. He really has been a trailblazer for Croatia in the sport of artistic gymnastics for so long. And he really is a master at this piece. 4 years since his last European final. How lovely it is to have him back. Straightness of the legs, very, very clear. Keeps those toes wonderfully pointed as he moves into the handstand. The little things that make a difference. Fourth highest qualifier, Ude. Maybe, just maybe, he might sneak in to a higher position. The leader, Rhys McClenaghan. All smiles. He's not smiling at the moment. Filip Ude. Judges taking their time to make the evaluation, to total everything. Meanwhile, David Biliavski waits his turn. It's rather nervous times for everyone waiting for this score. those of you just joining at this point, we're in the middle of the pommel horse final, with the rings, the vault, the parallel bars and the high bars still to come. It's a 14 for Philippe Houdet. And that puts him in third position. So still Rhys McClenaghan leads. Then Nikolai Kuksenkov and then Philippe Houdet now into the bronze medal position as Max Whitlock drops down. David Beliavsky. Just interesting noting that Philippe Houdet has been given a 5.5 for difficulty, which is much lower than he had in the qualification. Reigning European champion on pommel horse, David Beliavsky. Lovely little flourishes to add to the difficulty. Gymnast has to use every part of the horse, each of the three sections. He's making light of the traversing with the Magyar out back into the Shivado. Maybe just slightly lost his leg form a little. Not much to deduct though. What a gymnast. Doesn't have necessarily the difficulty score of some of the other gymnasts. In qualification he was 3/10 lower than Rhys McClenaghan, but his execution is oh so crisp. Part of that impressive Russian team from yesterday. Beliavsky took the gold. He has really impressive core strength, keeping that body very, very straight. That's what the judges are looking to see. Clearance over the handles, just a small brush over what is actually the pommel, the handle itself. That's the moment where the legs just slightly came apart a little before the handstand, but oh, we are rather splitting hairs, aren't we? That's the job of the judges. It's a 14.8 for David Beliavsky. Second highest qualifier goes into second position, and still the lead for Rhys McClenaghan. 19-year-old Irishman. 2 to go. Fourth and seventh highest qualifiers respectively here in the Hydro Glasgow 2018, the European Championships of Artistic Gymnastics. Another 32-year-old Croatian, Robert Seligman. In the year that Philippe Houdet took a silver at the European Championships, which was 2008, Seligman took the bronze. And they're both back in a European final. Another veteran performer. This is very, very rapid work. He's certainly going for it. Super straight body. Can he keep the swings under control? That's the question. A little high in the Russian vendor swing. Needs to get the legs back up as he moves into the dismounts. Robert Seligman really gave that something. That's an interesting, very interesting display from Robert Seligman. It's a 14.633 that's necessary to get in amongst the medals. And if there's a tie, then it comes down to the higher execution rather than the higher difficulty. Wonderful look at just how straight his body was. There were just moments towards the very end of the routine where very slightly, one might suggest, Seligman began to pike his body, just bend a little at the midsection. Just there. It's not much, it really isn't much at all. And it's what the judges are there to look at. They start with the assumption it's going to be a perfect performance, and then every small deviation from that carries a deduction. Not many deductions for Robert Seligman, 14.866. And he's gone into second place, and as a result, guarantees a medal, as does Rhys McClenaghan. So McClenaghan, the leader. Seligman second, Bieliawski third. So it's Bieliawski who's waiting nervously on the display of Sasho Bertoncelli.
In the celebrator's final, get your hands together, please, for Slovenia's Sasho Bertoncelli.
The oldest man in the final, 34. This is very, very big work from the Slovenian. His physical form very tight. He goes into the dismount. That's a really good finish to a really good pommel horse final. Absolutely. A justified reaction of delight from Sasho Bertoncelli. He's a wonderful gymnast. He lives his life in constant pain. He had elbow surgery in 2013, developed an infection a couple of months after that, and to fix the whole problem would require about 18 months of surgery and rehab, which he says, as a 34-year-old gymnast, he can't afford to take that time. So he just competes in pain constantly. He's an inspiration. What it would be if he were to take a medal. It's tough competition, though. Is it going to be enough? 14.8 is what occupies bronze. 14.866 occupies silver. 15.3 occupies gold.
Shoulders to toes, feet not together. Try to avoid any execution deductions.
The feet together beautifully, bringing the heels together for the handstand, bringing the crowd alive with a lovely display. Sasho Bertoncelli. Oh, it's a very anxious way for Bertoncelli. Oh, what a moment! What a moment! 14.866 for Sasho Bertoncelli. Takes the silver medal, the veteran, and the gold medal to the youngster, the 19-year-old Rhys McClenaghan, the Irish gymnast, the history-making Irish gymnast, the European pommel horse champion. A fabulous 15.3 for the Commonwealth Games pommel horse champion, now adding a European title to his collection. How difficult it is for a young gymnast when everyone is talking about their performance as though some kind of coronation is about to occur. McClenaghan, as the highest qualifier, has had to block out the speculation and the talk of the inevitable when it's been far from inevitable. Robert Seligman taking the silver medal. The confirmation of the results in the pommel horse. Sasho Bertoncelli and Robert Seligman sharing the silver medal with a 14.866, and then Rhys McClenaghan taking the gold. There was nothing to separate Seligman and Bertoncelli. Had the same difficulty, same execution, same medal as a result. And there is the gold medalist, Rhys McClenaghan of Ireland. First European champion at senior level from Ireland. What a display from that young athlete. Two events have taken place thus far. We've had the floor competition and the pommel horse, and if you're just joining us, this is what you've missed. Favourites or not, everyone has received the respect and enthusiasm from this very knowledgeable crowd in the hydro.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's pommel horse final.
It's now time for the medal ceremony for the men's pommel horse competition at Glasgow 2018, and there is the presentation party.
The medals and gifts will be presented by two-time Olympic champion on pommel horse, Zoltan Magyar, member of the UEG Men's Technical Committee, Mario Vukoya, and Minister for Public Health, Sport and Wellbeing, Joe Fitzpatrick, MSP. Winner of the silver medal, representing Croatia, Robert Seligman.
Two silver medalists in this competition. They could not be separated on difficulty nor on execution. Therefore, Croatia's Robert Seligman, the 32-year-old, takes a silver medal 10 years Slovenia after doing the same at the European Championships of 2008. That's a wonderful reaction from Sašo Bertonce, the Slovenian, the 34-year-old, the oldest competitor in the competition,
the gold medal, men's
and also a silver medalist.
Champion, representing Ireland, Rhys McClenaghan.
What a roar for Rhys McClenaghan, the Irish gymnast who takes Ireland's first senior title in artistic gymnastics at the European Championships. So much expectation on this young man. He just took it all in his stride and delivered a marvellous routine. A score of 15.3, the only score above 15 in the competition. Truly a championship winning display from a truly outstanding young gymnast. The teenager joined on the podium by the veterans. It's a wonderful sight. It's one of the things that makes gymnastics such a fabulous sport. And it's now time for the national anthem of the Republic of Ireland.
Give it up for the Glasgow 2018 European Championship medalists.
The medalists in the pommel horse competition at Glasgow 2018. A look back at how it was that Rhys McClenaghan took the title of European champion. Others faltered. He did not. There they are, the trio that excelled on the pommel horse. Rhys McClenaghan flanked by the veterans, Robert Seligman. 10 years after his first European silver medal, he's back for another. In fact, this one step better for Seligman. It was a bronze that he took in 2008. And as for Sasha Burton-Shea, just remarkable. All the attention for the moment, unsurprisingly, on Rhys McClenaghan. It was approaching this final. He handled that sense of expectation marvellously.